G'day, my name's Adam Cogan and I'm proud to tell you that this is the new home of Tina.io. Now Tina CMS is the world's best leading CMS on GitHub. It is awesome, we've been using it for years and years. It's great for developers and content editors. Content editors love it because you're in the web page, you press edit, you're doing real-time updates right there and then you're seeing what it looks like. And you have a whole bunch of niceness because you're dealing with Markdown instead of crazy HTML and CSS. So it's very simple to read, simple to update, stuff doesn't go in there. And then you have version control. Why is version control so good? Because you're sitting on top of GitHub. When you're sitting on top of GitHub, you have the best version control system on the planet. You're not tied in with some proprietary database like all the big major CMS vendors have. It's fully open source, it's got heaps of extension points. Let's go and have some fun. So did we have a great time with the llamas outside? Yeah. Yes, I must say that when I asked Camilla, we need llamas, it took 6 times before she realized that I wasn't joking. Yes. Real, beautiful, living llamas.
How many times do you see that at a geek place? Not very often.
So I'm very excited to announce that SSW have acquired TinaCMS. That is the best CMS on the market. It lives on top of GitHub and we are very excited to take it to the next level. So the only thing harder than purchasing a company is getting Newcastle Council to approve putting llamas here. For 30 days, we've been contacting them, trying to get approval, paying the extra insurance, all the stuff.
The poor llamas couldn't go up the stairs, but I think they made a wonderful spectacle outside. And if you didn't piece it together, there's our orange llama. Orange everything, they've even supplied orange drinks up here. So there'll be a lot of orange in our future.
Now the reason we love Tina is because we love GitHub. We put as much stuff as we can on GitHub. You can see that we're currently building some vertical slice architecture. Our website is on Tina and the content is on GitHub. Same with our rules, etc., etc. And I really think that's a nice way to go. These rules, we've had these for about 30 years. We've got 3,300 of them, and that content is in GitHub. Okay, I kind of think that's quite a substantial repository. Many of the employees would say there's too many of them, but our clients have much bigger repositories, so it makes me feel a lot better. Now, if you go into one of these rules, you get the beauty of GitHub. GitHub is a wonderful collaboration environment as well. Every single piece of content that is made is just like code. Every piece of code has a second set of eyes through the mechanisms of a pull request. The same if somebody wants to change some of this content or reorder it, they submit a pull request. You can edit easily. You can go into GitHub and now you've got the best version control system on the planet. You've got beautiful history, all the great goodness of GitHub you get when you use Tina. So if you look at our people page here, we have all our people here and that content is in GitHub. And if you scroll down, you'll see that most of our devs, or in fact, almost all of the devs, have beautiful GitHub contributions. More stuff being done out in the wild, in the open is better. And that's just another piece of the collaboration from GitHub. Content editors, they typically, and we're always trying to find the most perfect rich text editor for content users. But in the end, something doesn't format correctly and they have to have devs because they can't understand HTML and a mess of CSS, which they often put in themselves but didn't understand because they copied it from Word or Outlook or whatever, and it creates a whole lot of pain. We actually, before we were converts of Markdown, this is probably about 12 years ago, we had a full-time employee just cleaning up messy HTML that was in our content, in our sugar learning, and in our rules and stuff. Because rules originally were on a couple of different CMSs. The answer to this mess and pain for content editors is Markdown. That's that's the output. But if you read features and the bullet points here, and you look over in the plain text, you can read it in plain text. There's the features, there's the bullet points. Markdown is the answer. The question is irrelevant. Now, we've been through this for years. We have built systems for companies on WordPress, on Joomla, on Wix. We've used the big ones. I think we did a couple of hundred sites on .NET Nuke. That was painful. We done many sites on Sitefinity and Sitecore. When you go to Event Cinemas and you buy a movie ticket, we did that site on Sitefinity. And we were always looking for the best practices of all these, on all these CMSs. We got to know the dev teams because we were pushing these and we wanted features that they didn't have. Kentico experience is great. They're all good. But they never really got to where we wanted it to get to. And eventually we realized that everything we did had to be a headless CMS. And the headless CMSs, there's plenty of them and there's heaps. But when it all comes down to it, they all have the same Achilles heel in that their data is locked away in a proprietary database, and most of them don't support Markdown. So this was well before I even thought about purchasing Tina. This is our recommended one. This is what we use for, if a client gives us the control, we will say, go put your content into GitHub, use Markdown, and Tina is the best solution for that. Now, many years ago, I wrote a lot of white papers for Microsoft. They used to pay you $5,000 per white paper. It had to be 5,000 words, and it would be on a technology, and you do this, and you get all the content approved by the team in Microsoft that you're explaining this new tech right, and then you got it approved. And at that point, you had to get it onto Microsoft.com. And to get onto Microsoft.com was a simple 42-step procedure where you updated XML files and you injected these CSS bits, and it was horrible. And you needed help from some other poor author who had done it before and forgotten the steps. And that was what was involved. And then Microsoft had a realization, because it was really painful, and they made docs.microsoft.com. And docs.microsoft sat on top of GitHub and all Markdown, and the community can contribute, submit a pull request, the team approves it, and it's all good to go. And that's what you get now when you go to learn.microsoft.com. So it's the better way forward. When you look at our people now, I am really proud to say, if you scroll down here on the left, you will see a little Tina, okay? Guess what my favorite emoji is these days? And I'm very proud to have, we've been doing this for several sprints now. We've really added to the Tina team. We have Matt, Will, Brady, Aman, Brooke, a whole bunch of great devs that we've really gone ahead. On some of our clients, most of the clients actually have up to about 20,000 documents in their repositories. I think 3,000 is plenty, but they have about that. And some of them now, in the last recent days, are now hundreds of thousands of documents. And Scott has been working with our team. We've made the performance of these huge sites way faster. It's been a great onboarding for us and for Scott. We've got a ton to learn. So just so you know, and you're going to learn a bit more from Matt and Will in a second, Matt is going to talk about just getting it up and running on your, it's free, open source. You can get it running on your own blog or environment. The only difference you'll see is a little blue icon in the left-hand corner. When you click that, you will see, and Matt will demo how that pops out. And that's when you edit, say, enterprise software development there. You edit there, it'll be live, and you'll see how all that works. Now, we've been in conversations with many customers over the last few weeks. When they're comparing Tina, they're comparing against Contentful, they've been comparing against Sanity, and all these great CMSs that we've used and we like, but they have the same problem that you're locking into a proprietary database. And that's why we're able to be in the same ballpark as these guys. Now, if you go to Unity, a great platform for developing games, and you've enjoyed their documentation, their docs, you have enjoyed Tina. If you've gone to Smashing Magazine and you've enjoyed that content, you've enjoyed Tina. And there's a whole bunch of these leading industry sites that are already on Tina. Of course, the Tina docs are on Tina, and that is like the quintessential site to the quintessential scenario to get going. So there's also the big enterprises. William deals with some of our biggest customers. He will talk a little about the enterprise, so you'll get a bit of a feeling on that. I have given more details in my blog. I've just blogged that today, so there's the news. Scott Gallant, the CEO of Tina, and now our product owner of Tina, he also has blogged. You can read that and get a bit of an idea. He sent through a video. It's like he's from the East Coast and of Canada, and so he's given me a little bit a few words. He just sent this through, so I'll play it for you, and you'll get a bit of a handle on Scott.
Hi everyone. I'm excited to share that Tina has been acquired by SSW, a software development company based in Australia with offices all around the world. When we first launched Tina in 2019, the vision was to build a simple Markdown-based CMS that used Git, that was open source, and that had a great visual editing UI. And since then, we've done a lot. We built a great Markdown editor, but we also built an MDX editor to support custom components. We added the ability to work on different branches and make pull requests right from within the UI. We pioneered visual editing to give you that live preview of your site while you're editing content. And we added an API on top of the CMS to give Markdown-powered sites all the benefits of a headless CMS. Our customers and community love what we're doing, but we've always felt resource constrained. And this is in a competitive space with a lot of players, some of which are very well funded. I was trying to figure out what the best path forward for us was. And just a few months ago, on a snowy Friday night here in Canada, I got a phone call from one of our customers in Australia. It was Adam, the founder of SSW. We were just discussing some Tina features, but that conversation eventually led to them acquiring Tina. And I'm happy to say that the sale has just been finalized, and I joined their team to work on Tina going forward. We've been working together for just a few weeks now, but it's been going incredibly well. They're pouring a ton of resources into the project, and I'm really excited to bring Tina to the next level for you all. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
All right, so that's Scott. We've been working with him. It's been wonderful. The people you work with, you learn a lot. I've learned a lot from him. He knows the space incredibly well, and it's great. So we have a roadmap ahead. Essentially, for content editors, they get frightened when they see GitHub. Okay, we love GitHub, and so there's more work to be done on the editorial workflow of them essentially creating pull requests and getting things approved. We also want to make the editor even more fantastic than it is. And in terms of the enterprise space, there's a whole lot of work to do on auth. We have a whole lot of scenarios that we want. In fact, I've been pushing Scott to do it for a little while, and now I'm in charge, and we've got to get this stuff done. So there's a whole lot of merch here tonight. You will see tote bags, everything's orange. I'm not really used to this orange stuff. We got beautiful shirts. If you want the shirts, you need to download the rewards app and scan a person. You'll see the people, they're pretty easy to recognize. We also have the black ones. These might be better. Yeah, dark mode if you like dark mode, which I know devs do. We got some great cups. We've got heaps and heaps of different stuff. Look at this. Caught red hooved. Editing with Tina CMS. All right, thank you to Betty and Camilla and the marketing team. They put this together very quickly, and I'm really happy to do that. And I'm going to also thank Jonathan for helping and supporting this through the new conference. This is what the building looks like normally, and this is what it looks like right now. It's all up in orange. We're orange everywhere. After Matt and Will have done their talk, you can get some more photos with the llamas. Can I believe that they pulled that off? I was actually joking. And I even got a kiss from one just 10 minutes ago. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Matt. Thank you.